Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to Modern Warfare 3 In-Depth. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the new and updated Masterkey shotgun. This is the undermount shotgun or the attachment shotgun. I've already done a complete episode on this. That's the first link down there in the description. You can click that and go check out that episode, but it's been patched recently, or should I say through successive patches, this gun has been changed significantly, and I believe also accidentally, so now it's a slightly different weapon, and I'm here to talk to you about the new Masterkey shotgun. What happened to the Masterkey is that through some sort of patch or update or hotfix, it seems to have been taken out of the attachment category and placed into the weapon category. Now, I'm not going to lie, I haven't seen the code, but this is the most logical way to approach it because previously attachments weren't affected by any sort of perks or proficiencies or anything like that. But now, for some reason, the Masterkey shotgun is affected by perks and proficiencies. Now, especially the proficiencies, you can really change the behavior of this shotgun. Now let's skip over to an open lobby private match and do some testing. Previously, you could only refill ammo on the Masterkey or other grenade launchers if you ran over somebody else's dead body that also happened to be carrying a Masterkey or grenade launcher. But for some reason now, when you run Scavenger or Scavenger Pro, you don't start out with extra ammo in your shotgun. I really don't know why, but when you kill somebody, which you should have already been seeing me doing here, I can run over their bodies and pick up the Scavenger packs and pick up ammo, and they don't have to have been carrying the Masterkey or any sort of undermount anything. The regular Scavenger packs will refill the Masterkey shotgun, whereas previously they didn't. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it goes up to something like 28 bullets, which is quite high, actually. The most important change that we're going to talk about today is that the Masterkey shotgun is now affected by proficiencies. More specifically, it's affected by the range proficiency because that's one of the few ones that make any difference on shotguns. I tried to kind of glitch this weapon and make it get damage or try it with overkill and other shotguns to see if I could force it to have damage, and that didn't really work. However, when I just run a normal assault rifle and get up to my 7 or 8 kills and pick up the range proficiency with that little proficiency bundle up there at 8 kills, it does add range, and you've seen in the testing video, normally the range on this is around 16 meters, 16 and a half if I'm not mistaken, but when you get the range proficiency it bumps it up to a little bit over 20 meters, which is extremely long range for a shotgun, and that also changes your damage over range, so you're doing your maximum damage over a higher range, and it is extremely dangerous with the range proficiency because when you run out of ammo you can just swap over to shotgun super fast and pop somebody in the face. Let's swap back over to some gameplay now while I talk about the stats on this weapon and how it feels that it have changed. That's a very subjective thing, but we're going to do our objective numerical review first. And first, I got to tell you, I was not the person to discover this. This was discovered by J-Hub, or more accurately, he noticed it because people were running this more frequently online, and he tried it out, and he did really good with it, and he got me on board and kind of badgered me until I tested it and realized, hey, something is really different about this gun, and went back and compared stats and that sort of stuff. So I put a link to J-Hub's channel down there in the bottom left-hand corner. It's going to be here for the entire rest of the video. If you click there, you can go to his channel where he gets all sorts of Moabs and beastly gameplay and things that I can't do, but just stop by and tell him thank you for discovering this and pointing it my way. The Masterkey shotgun attachment is a 6-pellet shotgun. That means every time you pull the trigger, it shoots 6 individual pellets, projectiles, or hit scans, or whatever you want to call them. They each have their own damage profile. Each one of those pellets is going to do 25 damage up close and drop off to 5 at a distance, 5 being the minimum damage before they completely disappear, because that's just kind of how shotguns work in this game. To get the total damage, you just multiply that by 6, and you'll see that this shotgun does a total of 150 damage up close if all of your pellets are hitting, and 30 at a distance, again, if all of your pellets are hitting. You at a distance you may need a lot of shots to kill. This is a very low damage shotgun compared to the other shotguns. As a matter of fact, I'm very confident this is the lowest damage shotgun compared to all the rest of them. Neither the pellet count nor the amount of damage appears to have been changed. I haven't been able to inspect the code, but I'm very good at doing offhand testing and figuring damages using health multipliers and private matches and that sort of thing, and I found absolutely no change in the damage. The range on the Masterkey also appears unchanged. The damage drop is going to start at around 13 meters, and it's going to drop off very quickly to doing that 5 damage and then completely disappearing at a little bit over 16 meters. This is the same as it was before. This is a shotgun that kind of has a sweet spot because it does its max damage for a long time and then very quickly drops off to nothing. So you really need to get a good feel for the range of this shotgun, which is honestly very close range. The one thing that did change is now that when you get up to Specialist and you get proficiencies on it and you get the range proficiency, your range obviously increases. Now your damage drop starts at around 17.5 meters, and your damage drop is going to end closer to 21 meters, like 20.6 meters if I'm not mistaken. So your range is significantly increased, and while I don't think your one-shot kills are going to increase by a whole lot, because it's still a very close-range shotgun just by the low pellet count and the spread and all that, you can pop people at a distance, pick off weak enemies, annoy people, scare them away, and maybe get lucky and pop them right in the face and get long one-shot kills. There are two last qualitative things to note about this shotgun. It feels to me, and I could be wrong, and you guys please correct me if I'm wrong, but when I break out the Masterkey, my sensitivity, my look sensitivity increases here on console. It feels like it increases by 1 to 2 points, which makes me spin around a lot more. Also, the Masterkey doesn't appear to have any auto-aim feature like the other shotguns. I know you can't aim down sights with it, but other shotguns, when you drag the crosshairs over it, it has that good old console stickiness. This one doesn't appear to have any of that, so it's very, very easy to overswipe your target if you're not careful, if you're doing the swipe aiming, or if you're kind of like me doing the swipe aiming and very dependent on that little bit of auto aim lock. It can really, really screw up your aim, so be careful with that. Overall, this weapon feels significantly improved, even though my test indicated that the range and the damage and everything was the same. The overall feel of this weapon seems to be better for some reason. I can't quite put my finger on it. I'm not sure what it is. It seems stronger than it was before, and I don't think it's just the Specialist or the Scavenger. It just feels more powerful, but I could be completely wrong there. Overall, it's still not a good gun. It's still a bad shotgun. It's not as good as a pistol, but it's an attachment, and if you want to do something like run a Strela or a Javelin or something like that as your secondary, and you really would like having something to draw to when you run out of ammo on your primary, the Masterkey shotgun is now a better option than it was before. Well, that's it for the in-depth episode, but I've got a little bit of vlog for you here at the end of the video today if you care to listen. For those of you that don't know, I'm sponsored by Gamma Labs. They make a healthy workout drink for gamers and bodybuilders and that sort of thing. It's pretty much a drink for anybody that's doing anything physically or mentally stimulating, and no, not that kind of stimulating. I know what you're thinking about. Anyway, what they wanted me to tell you guys is that this weekend they're having something of a big promotional contest sort of deal, and they're really trying to get people to try the product, and right now they're doing this deal to where, depending on how many people buy it this weekend, they're going to ship me like a whole freaking case of stuff to give away to you guys, because they want people to try the product, because generally speaking, when people try it, they like it and they keep buying it. But as a new company entering into the market, that's the hardest thing to do. That's why they have those little free sample things in grocery stores, is because they really need people to try it. And I'm not going to lie to you, this weekend they're actually tying in a sort of like commission-based sales. So when you buy things, money does go to me. There's a financial motive here. I'm going to keep my promise to you guys and be open and honest about every sort of deal and promotion on this channel. So yes, there's money for me, and yes, these guys do want you to try their product very, very badly. As of right now, I've been asking people that actually buy this stuff to hit me up on Skype, hit me up in private messages and Twitter, and tell me what you think. Generally speaking, I would say about 70% of you have not done that and sent me any messages at all, and the other 30% has been almost 100% positive. Everybody seems to like it. Also, a lot of complaints for the first video I did. People were mad because they didn't get these little cups, these little Gamma Gamer cups. Well, I'm looking at the color on my camera here. This is red. This is like not orange. This is actually red. I don't know what the hell my camera's doing. Anyway, that makes me look a little bit more tan, but completely irrelevant. If I'm not mistaken, they've restocked on these, and they've decided selling these cups with the packets that you're supposed to mix them with is a good idea. I don't work on the warehouse. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure now you get a cup with everything you buy. And this weekend, the more you buy, the more I give away to people that probably don't have the money to buy it until it eventually hits stores. That's their big push. They want this in 7-Elevens and Walmarts and everywhere, but they got to get the internet traction going first. Don't know what else to say. Oh yes, my gamer fitness video is coming up soon. I haven't had the luxury of doing anything really extreme because school has been very, very hard lately. 4, 5, 6 hours a day kind of hard. So when I'm done with that, I don't even feel like traveling. So you're probably going to see a very contemporary sort of exercise or gameplay commentary for my Gamma video this month. And hopefully next month, when school isn't as insane, I can get to doing the urban exploring and skydiving and more fun stuff that I promised. That's all for this episode. Drifter out.